PM Tariq holds meeting on jute energy sectors on holiday. No need to worry about fuel supply, says the Energy Minister. Bikers face long queues in the Fuel Purchase Limited. President to address first parliamentary session. Skill gap limits Bangladesh's labour market expansion. Bangladesh to seek support from UNGA presidency. Iran will not surrender to US-Israel, says the president. US Embassy warns travelers about financial responsibility. Tehran hit by fresh strikes as war intensifies. New Zealand vow to upset India in T20 final. Hello viewers, this is me, 𝗞𝗲𝘆𝘄cie, and you're welcome to Daily Sun. Here are today's top 10 news stories. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman worked from his office on Saturday despite it being a weekly holiday, marking his third consecutive weekend at the work since taking office. At the Prime Minister's office in Tejgaon, he held several meetings with advisors and officials. Bangladesh Jute Research Institute Director General Nargis Akhtar met him to discuss expanding the use and the global market of diversified jute products. Energy Minister 𝗞𝗲𝘆𝘄cie said there is no reason to panic over fuel supply, assuring that adequate reserves are available in the country. Speaking to the journalists to the Prime Minister's office on Saturday, he said 2 additional fuel vessels are expected to arrive on March 9. Speaking to journalists at the Prime Minister's office on Saturday, he said 2 additional fuel vessels are expected to arrive on March 9th. The government will also deploy mobile codes to prevent irregularities and is exploring alternative sources to maintain the supply. Meanwhile, motorcyclists and drivers in Dhaka faced long queues at fuel stations on Saturday as the government imposed limits on fuel purchases. Many riders reported waiting over 2 hours to buy only 2 liters of petrol or octane. Several smaller filling stations remain closed, forcing vehicles to crowd larger pumps. Consumers urged authorities to improve fuel supply and distribution instead of restricting the purchases. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Chopin said President Mohammad Shahabuddin will deliver the customary speech at the first session of the Parliament. Speaking after a workshop for newly elected MPs at the BNP chairperson's office in Gulshan on Saturday, he said preparations for the sessions have been completed. The workshop focused on parliamentary procedures and strengthening the effectiveness of the legislation. Bangladesh continues to rely heavily on Middle Eastern labour market as the share of skilled migrant workers has remained largely unchanged over the past 5 years. Experts say that the shortage of the skilled manpower prevents the country from entering new global job markets. The issue has become more urgent amid rising uncertainty in the Middle East, where millions of Bangladeshi migrants currently work. Foreign Minister Khalilur Rahman will attend the 26th Commonwealth Foreign Affairs Minister meeting in London, where Bangladesh plans to seek broader support for its bid for the presidency of the UN General Assembly. Foreign Affairs Advisor Siman Kabir will accompany him during the 5-day visit. The delegation is expected to hold bilateral meetings with several counterparts on the sidelines of the event. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said the country will never surrender to the United States and Israel as the Middle East war entered its second week. In a television speech on Saturday, he declared that Iran's enemies will never achieve their goal of forcing Iran's surrender. However, he also apologized to neighboring countries for attacking across the region during the ongoing conflict. The US Embassy in Dhaka has issued an advisory urging travelers to ensure they have sufficient financial resources before visiting the United States. In a message posted on its official Facebook page, the embassy warned the misuse of benefits funded by American taxpayers could affect future eligibility to travel, study, or work in the country. Travelers were advised to prepare for unexpected costs. Explosions rocked several locations across Iran, including Tehran, as the war between Iran and the US-Israel alliance entered its second week. Iranian forces retaliated with missile strikes on Israel, while Israeli military officials announced a new wave of attacks targeting Tehran and Isfahan. Reports say that the conflict has already killed more than 1,200 people and continues to spread across the region. New Zealand captain Michael Santer said his team would not hesitate to break a few hearts when they face host India in the T20 World Cup final in Ahmedabad. More than 100,000 fans are expected in the Narendra Modi Stadium for the match. Santer said New Zealand are not favourites but believe they can upset India and finally win a white ball World Cup. That's all for today. Thank you for staying with us, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. Have a great night.